today. I am Sherry Schoitzo, the Director of Financial Services. I'll be filling in for Lindsay Weaver, our Executive Director, as she prepares for a conference call this afternoon with LCS and our peak leadership, who will be visiting us week after next. So today's conference call is a big deal. So anyhow, I'm gonna start with Lindsay's report. And again, we're talking about things that we've completed in the last quarter. So we've initiated post-restoration with the company 360 Fire and Flood on site. So we assessed and began restoration and remediation along with Blue Team. Obviously, as you all know, this is ongoing, and it will for the next foreseeable future, 3 to 5 months. We did complete a new IT provider change, so we have a new company that is providing all of our IT technology. They come on site, they work with our firewalls, they also are at all of our other CCR communities, so it was a collaborative effort to have one single company provide us the standards of service that we require across the whole portfolio. And we're very happy so far with this change. It's working very well. We did have open enrollment for all of our employees for new health benefits. We did change providers at a minimal cost impact to our employees. So we have a new health insurance plan, and it's a very robust cafeteria plan that we believe meets all of our employees' needs. And that also includes providing benefits for our part-time people, which doesn't always happen in today's world. We did execute our Q3 financial review for the OIR. We did have an annual health survey in the health center. We initiated renovations in the health center for our skilled nursing rooms and our assisted living unit renovations. We did do our presentation for our January increase to you all that were impacted at the January 1st rate increase. We did prepare and survive 3 storms, major storms, and we completed our budget season and did our presentations to you, our residents, as well as to our leadership, which has all been approved. And right now we are in the midst of completing our annual evaluations for all of our employees and providing them with a merit increase, a wage increase, which goes into effect March 1st. Some programs. Notices the scholarship fund check submitted to the Regency Oaks Scholarship Fund Committee. We do that twice a year, and we'll continue to do so. And thank you to our residents for those that contribute to the scholarship fund as well as the employee gift fund. We did, LCS won the J.D. Power 6th year in a row for IL resident satisfaction, which is huge, huge. Services, we did order a new fire panel for the south building. It's being completed installation. We did complete the required second part of the paving project outside on the perimeter road. The third phase will be completed in 2025. We did have to move a handicap space in the front of the north building due to code as it was out of compliance. And we purchased some new Christmas decorations. All right, so that's the executive director report.
And you put a bus parking spot?
Yes, and we did include new bus parking spots. So it's now on the pavement, and I think that is very beneficial, keeping it out of the parking lot area. All right, so let's jump into the 2024 year-to-date financial results. This is for the whole year of 2024. So our total occupancy for the campus was 91.7%. You can see that independent living was at 91.5%. occupancy was 91.5% on a budget of 91.7. Skilled nursing is exceeded at 92.8, assisted living 97.7, and a little bit under in independent living. And that's an average percentage of occupancy. Our entrance fee sales for 2024 were 61 on a budget of 56. We have refunds, move-outs, 51 on a budget of 51, and net attrition, which is our cash flow, which means entrance fee cash in, refunds cash out. We had net attrition cash flow ahead of budget at a total of $10,500,000 on a budget of $9.9 million. That comes from the additional sales. Year-to-date revenue, we exceeded our revenue by 1.2% or $386,000. Total revenue for the campus was $33 million on a budget of $32.6. Year-to-date expenses, we came in under budget on our wages and benefits, and that's due to about dozen that we average of open positions that are actually budgeted and staff turnover, which was improved year over year in 2024. In total, our total controllable expenses were under by $62,000. Some of the overages, you can see there's only two, skilled nursing at $178,000, but keep in mind on the prior slide, they were well over in revenue. So when your revenue exceeds budget, your expense is gonna exceed budget, and we still had a very nice, healthy bottom line contribution. These are our non-controllable expenses where, they are budgeted mainly by LCS. Usually it's historical, and you can see that controllable expenses were under by $781,000. Total across the board, when you combine them both, $843,000. You can see we had a little bit of a pickup in insurance and taxes. I'll take that every year. That's a good little pickup there. Management fees are over, and that's because they get paid based on revenue. Revenue's over budget, that expense is gonna be over budget. So it's a good correlation to have. So finally, our year-to-date net operating income. So this is net operating income. This is on the budget portion, operations that I'm just reporting on. Revenue, I had a budget 386, expense under by 843. You add that together, that's our positive variance of 1.2 million. But our net operating income for 2024, operating, was 7.7 million on a budget of 6.5 million. And we did have some additional revenue for the insurance proceeds. So that's where some of those variances also lie. So we continue to focus on our controllable expenses to budget. Our 2025 budget has already been approved. We just closed the 2025 month-end books. We were ahead on sales, we were ahead on revenue, we're ahead on NOI. So we're jumping off at a great 2025. We also continue to manage our labor over time as controllable. So we focus on that every single week. And also open positions. We need to fill those positions to prevent the overtime. As I stated earlier, we have improved retention. We want to make sure we're providing a fair wage, an excellent benefit program, and employee recognition and support. And that'll reduce turnover, and we have had great strides throughout 2024. IHS, Innovative Home Services, business growth, we're focusing on a marketing program not only internally, but also externally outside what I call the four walls of Regency Oaks. That's it? All right. And that's my report.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Kyle. I'm the healthcare administrator for the healthcare center. For the assisted living and the rehab center, I have some updates for you to go over. Some of it I know is we're We have some forward-thinking things and some past period things that I want to mention. And they're all very good stuff. I just want to keep you guys in the loop of what's kind of going on over at the healthcare center. The assisted living continue to run at full occupancy, like Sherry showed. The census is projected to end the month of February at 26, so we're fully occupied. We have started room renovations in the assisted living to make them more modernized and up to date. They haven't been renovated since around 1997 when it opened. The skilled nursing also ran at a budget of 57 for the quarter on a budget of 55. The skilled nursing center had a really successful year in 2024. We're seeing that momentum continue into 2025, which is great. We had a couple marketing events in Q4. A marketing event occurred for the case managers and our referral sources in November. We had our Pie and Fly event, and then for December we had our annual Cookie Dash. We had a family night that just occurred on February 13th. It was a Valentine's event, and we have the next one is scheduled for May with a theme of spring in Paris. And it turned out to be a really great night. Colleen and the dining department did an excellent job. It was decorated beautifully, so if you were able to attend, and family night was a great evening. The community is still 5 stars in our quality measures and 5 stars in staffing for CMS. We had an annual survey that occurred in the skilled nursing center from December 9th to December 11th, and life safety survey that occurred on December 12th. The health center received 3 deficiencies. Nothing was nursing related, and sites were mostly paper compliance. And the life safety survey had 2 citations related to some power outlets and a sprinkler system that is currently being replaced in the healthcare center. So we have a whole entire sprinkler system in the healthcare center that's currently being updated and upgraded to the new coding. The assisted living survey cleared all their citations from their biannual survey that happened in November of 2024. And so Evan and Belinda worked actively to put a plan of correction in place, audits, and they've cleared their annual survey. The skilled nursing also cleared all their citations with a plan of correction, and that was cleared on February 7th. A new call light system and WonderGuard system should be finalized in the next couple of weeks. We have to just get ACA in from the plans of construction to approve of those projects and that they were done correctly and they're up to speed and up to code. There's currently no active flu or COVID cases in the healthcare center or the assisted living at this time. We had a rough month in January with flu and COVID, but thankfully everyone has recovered and we're back to normal, so that's great. So please come over and visit. I know we asked you not to visit for a while because we didn't want you guys to get sick and spread it over here, but please come over and visit. The healthcare center is back to being open for you guys. We also had a new business office manager start who started in February. Her name is Stacy Atwell Westbrook. So if you see her around, please make sure you say hello. She might be a little lost, so help direct her where she's going. She's still learning her way here at the community, which has been a great addition and a great asset. She's kind of jumped in feet first, trying to get to know everybody, know the community, and know the system. So we're very excited and happy to have her here at the campus. And that's it I have for the healthcare center, so I'm going to hand it over to Betsy.
Hello, good morning. So I am Betsy Olson, the Director of Administration. So I have been busy hiring. You guys will probably recognize some new faces as we did hire a brand new full-time receptionist that will start at the health center. She's in orientation this week and should start down there Monday. We did hire another part-time for the health center and a part-time for the independent living to help cover the weekend. So welcome Billy, Barbara, and Lauren to the team. I also participate in the new employee red carpet orientation and present on HIPAA as we protect your privacy. I assist in the Tuesday Talk and complete the recap for the Tuesday Talk newsletter every Tuesday. So if there's anybody that says, I didn't know that, that's come to me. I'll put it in the Tuesday Talk. I'll pull out the Tuesday Talk and say it was right here. So if anybody wants to know anything that's going on in the community, please read that Tuesday Talk. It's a labor of love. I am continuing to work with the senior safety team to test the location and the accuracy of the new emergency alert pendants. We do hope to roll that out soon. But anyway, we want to make sure that it is, completely accurate before we give those out. They're ready to go, but it's working on the hardware. The team that runs it in California is called RCare, and they're working on updating the accuracy and the back end. So once that is completed, we will be able to give everybody their new pendants. I did coordinate the move-outs for 15 independent living apartments from either passing or a higher level of care in Q4 of last year, and we already have 16 for the new year. So that is definitely a labor of love as we work through, that's kind of saying goodbye to some of our friends and neighbors. But it's one of those things that will happen, and I'm here to guide the families and make those decisions. So I did meet with several residents to complete their notary needs, some assignment of benefits, and update documents for advanced directives and planning. I have distributed and am collecting the annual ad valorem tax forms. So those are given to residents every single year, so everybody should have filled one of those out in the last couple of weeks. If not, I will be chasing down, knocking at your door, because that is how you get the savings at the end of the year. I file those with the county, then the county will get back to us at the end of the year, telling us what your monthly service fee deduction will be for the year. So I think last year was about $480. So people saw that on their monthly statement in December last year by filling out this form that I've already distributed for this year. So this is that time that I need to get those all collected from everybody, and if you have not completed it, you can stop and check at the front desk to see if we have your form. If not, I will be knocking on your door very soon. Don't make me come find you. And then my busiest project of all is probably coordinating with the resident moves for the Blue Team as we've entered phase 2. So we completed phase 1, which were just a little minor repairs, so a lot of residents already had that happen in their apartment where it was a small leak that was identified. But now as we move into phase 2, this is reconstruction and remediation that requires you to move from your apartment for 7 to 10 days. So it started with a letter that was from Lindsay back on January 15th that I gave those to about 90 residents. And if you received that letter, it meant that you specifically were one that would have to move from your apartments. So we've set up 10 guest or temporary apartments that are for the residents to move into. So we've tried to make those as accommodating as possible, as just a quick temporary stay. Other communities in our portfolio, they took residents to hotels and said, all right, enjoy your stay, order room service, we'll be back to pick you up in a week. We did not want to do that here. You know, we understand you guys have a great quality of life here. You enjoy a lot of our community amenities. We've had our Solinaires performance. We've got all these things that you enjoy doing every day in the community. So unfortunately, nothing is going to be like your own home, but we did work really hard to put these temporary apartments together. So every day I meet with Blue Team twice a day to figure out where they're at in the project, which apartments that they're getting ready to complete. I contact the next group of residents about 7 to 10 days in advance prior to their move, so that I can say, you know, you're going to be the next batch. And as Blue Team continues to finish more apartments, we go in, we clean the apartment that residents are staying in, get them back to their home, and the new residents will move in. So this is an ongoing process. I think today we are at 37% completion. So, we're getting better as we go, but there's still quite a few residents that I'll be continuing to work with as we help to relocate you into the temporary apartment, and your apartment goes through the process of the remediation reconstruction. So I know that no one likes to get those phone calls from me right now. I apologize, but we're almost there, and hopefully we'll complete the project here in the next month or two. Erin, here.
Good morning, everyone. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the types of events that we have and what we've got on our horizon. I've gotten some questions about this, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to share that information with you. The types of events that we're currently hosting as of January 1st are the New Year, New Home. This was a direct mail from our corporate mailing and advertising house. And the response to this lead generating campaign provided 2 full and 1 smaller event. So there was so much interest that we had to keep booking extra dates to it. Organizing in feng shui, that's what we call a lead generation and a lead advancement. The difference between those is lead generation is, let's say, a mailer that goes out to somebody who's never been here before, and they come in. That was a lead generating event. And then if they've been here before but they want to come back, that's a lead advancement. So we have events that are both. And then we have a new resident and family cocktail party. Now, this is what we consider a resident referral event. This is an opportunity for you to show your friends or your family the community, and they may or may not be interested for themselves, but they also may know somebody in their friend group or neighborhood for whom this would be a great opportunity. We also are going to be hosting a roadshow event, and we're going to do that quarterly throughout this year, and that is an opportunity for us to go into some of the fringe markets. Then what I mean by fringe markets are those that are right outside of our exact zip code typical base. You know, we usually get a lot of pull from, let's say, Safety Harbor over to Dunedin, and from Palm Harbor to Largo Clearwater area. But this will be an opportunity for us to go a little bit out of that, maybe up north to Spring Hill, out over to Bel Air and the beaches in that area. So it'll give us a little bit of a wider opportunity base. And then, let's see, the networking events that are going on locally, we are diversifying. So everybody who is a sales counselor or member of the sales team will also be attending a networking group event. So they'll pick a group that they have interest or can contribute to, and they'll be attending and mingling and hosting events with that group, and it all starts with them attending and making sure that that's a good fit for our community. And then, so that's what they're doing this quarter. The next thing is our advertising. We did increase our advertising to a placement in Senior Voice America, which is both a physical paper advertisement as well as an online advertisement. And you will probably, if you have ever gone to their site and sign up, you'll get continuous news specifically for local seniors. It's interesting. It is an interesting read. So I would recommend that you check that out and check out our advertisements there. And then we also have a couple new programs. The first is a call rail. A call rail system is an opportunity where anybody who calls in from one of the phone numbers associated with an event, meaning we have different little coded phone numbers that we put on advertisements or the mailers that we send out. The number comes to us over in the sales office, but because they used that number to dial in, it was coded so we can see where they called from, which advertising dollars are being well spent and where, what people are responding to. So that's great, and CallRail lets us then listen to the calls. So once a phone call has come in, I can go back in and I can check it and see how the conversation unfolded. I can see what happened from the moment they called our community, if they were transferred, if they left a message, that type of thing. And I can listen to the conversation. It is only about incoming phone calls, so just wanted you to know that. It has nothing to do with your personal phone calls. We can't hear a thing, but it is when they use those coded numbers or our main sales number and speak with one of our counselors or agents. So that's of interest for me because I can keep track of things and make sure conversations are being had the way we want them to be had. We have hired a new, one more thing. Our after hours calls, this is important. A-line or Align. They are our after hours answering service. So calls that come in through marketing efforts only, because we are live answering for everybody here in the community, of course. But if somebody dials one of our marketing product numbers, they will get this Align and they will answer the questions. They will have a live conversation with them, and they'll transfer the information from that call into the database that we use. That database is called Salesforce. And it also lets us know who called in after hours, what they discussed, and what the follow-up is going to be. So that's a great new venture that we've started. We have hired a marketing assistant move-in coordinator. Her name is Rita Harris, and we look forward to your meeting her. She's got energy and excitement, and I think she's been, so far, proven to be a quick study in her role. So very excited to welcome Rita to the group. And that means that we currently have all the positions filled in the sales and marketing office as of the moment I'm speaking. Sorry, I do have to run. I'm sorry I have to leave the panel, but I'm also involved in that meeting that Lindsay's involved in, and I need to get her data.
Good morning. My name's Dawn Evans. I'm the HR director. The focus in Q4 and going into 2025 is we continue to focus on attracting, engaging, educating, and retaining staff through various events and initiatives. Social media posting on LinkedIn, engagement posts on Indeed and the website for brand recognition, and to promote Regency Oaks as an employer of choice. We want to make sure that people know we're here and there's some great career opportunities within senior living. We had an implementation of the red carpet new hire orientation that involves everyone here, and I have to say they're doing a great job. We're getting some fantastic feedback from our new hires about getting to know people. It's making their orientation and onboarding much easier, having these familiar faces. So thank you to everyone who's involved in that. It's had a great response. Regency Oaks remains in the top 4 of the peak portfolio for employee retention as a result of targeted hiring and engagement efforts. We do in-person exit interviews as often as we can. If not, folks are contacted via survey. We're taking those to understand the trends and change our tactics so that we can continue to focus on that targeted hiring and retention. We take your monthly engagement cards that you fill out for extraordinary impressions to reward our employees. So please take time to fill out those cards, and thank you to the people that are doing it now. That's how we recognize our folks. The culture committee events that we've had, we do appreciation fun parts, we have periodic lunches, we had the holiday party that was a great success, and we're getting ready in March for Employee Appreciation Day, so we'll be having a picnic on the breezeway. We conduct quarterly all-staff meetings and newsletter distributions as another form of communication so that our employees know what's happening in the community. And we had the implementation of the employee engagement survey. Our results were really great. We exceeded the benchmark of LCS and Holleran, which is the company that puts forth the surveys. So we're very, very pleased with the results of our engagement survey. We take that feedback, we're making action plans so that we can continue to engage and retain our folks. We communicated the changes for annual enrollment, and we assisted all of our employees for a better understanding. And we had implementation of employee annual reviews that is still ongoing at this time. I also continue to partner with residents in the scholarship program and the employee gift funds. Thank you so much for all that you do for our employees. It really helps our efforts. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lauren Perez with Plan Operations. Here's some of the accomplishments we did for Q4. We've completed a total of 2,506 work orders for the quarter. We completed the fence replacement. We have completed the technology transition from ACS to SoftStream. Completed repairs on the town hall stage lighting. We completed the installment and replacement of some of the clocks that came defected for the Smart Rain system. Completed phase 2 for the tarmac for the asphalt. We are going to be working on the third phase for 2025. We completed the preventive maintenance for all cooling towers. We have completed also the annual palm and tree trimming throughout the campus. We have replaced one of the walk-in cooler, reach-in coolers for the gastro pub. We completed the installation for the fire panel in the south building. We did pass the first inspection. We're working on scheduling the phase 2. The fire department want to make sure The fire panel is compatible. It's a new panel. We still have an old system, so he wants to make sure they are compatible. So we are going to be testing. We're not going to be setting it up. We're just going to be testing. We did complete it, with the hurricane. We had a lot of the light posts went down, and some of them lost different parts. We have completed the replacement of those. We did replace the fan assemble for the north tower. We have we do some repairs on the power supply and replacement for the motherboard. We ran a new dedicated line for the dishwasher to be in compliance for the health center. Hold on, too many things, I got lost. We did replace a 10-ton unit HVAC for the south lobby. We have replaced the overflow switch for the spa. We installed a total of like 15 new HVAC between new residents and the residents is still here. We completed the preventive maintenance prevention on all the dryer vents, do a PM on those. We have replaced gaskets on the north and south tower water source main pipe for the cooling towers. We completed the safety walk with corporate throughout the campus. We replaced the operator for the south grand lobby for the doors. We continue working with Blue Team in all this remediation. Like Betsy mentioned, we are completed phase 1. We're working on phase 2. And phase 3 will be the outside of the lanais, and probably phase 4 is going to be the roof. So those are phases that are coming. Right now we are currently on phase 2. We are continuing interviewing and recruiting. We also are working with 3 positions open at the meantime right now. So just work with us. We are doing the best we can. And just please, if you put a work order, if you don't have an answer, if you haven't heard anything from us, we are on the south lobby every Friday, 10 a.m. We always got the same guests. Mr. Franklin, Chris, we need more people to come and talk to us if you got something going on. All right, thank you. Here's a letter.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Evan Poole, your Environmental Services Director. I have a few reports for you. The pool sliding glass doors have been cleaned, and the pool deck floor has also been cleaned. Sports bar furniture, if you can help me out, if we can maintain the layout of the sports bar, I'd really appreciate it. At times it gets cluttered everywhere, and every day it gets kind of tiresome for me to move that furniture.
I'm gonna go up there and move them today.
I know Ricky's gonna be the first one to move them back though, so. We're gonna maintain cleaning the carpet at the hostess stand as we did that recently, and we wanna get a preventative maintenance schedule in place. Pub floors were also scrubbed, and upcoming this weekend, we are planning to do the pub floors again. We're washing the windows at the end of each corridor, first floor through the 5th floor, and we're gonna be doing that on a quarterly basis. It's implemented for this work week actually, so we will have the north and the south buildings to be detailed at the end of the corridors, and also the furniture in those lobbies. North and south building, every other Friday when the staffing levels allow me for the team to have 1 or 2 people positioned in those areas, we will detail the lobbies in the first floor throughout the corridor as well. Elevators and stairwells, they've been a challenge for the department, and we're implementing a schedule back as we have the staff to accommodate that request. Elevators as well are gonna be on that schedule. We've upgraded the pillows in the guest suites, and we are working towards the micro fridge. So there's a microwave and a refrigerator that we're gonna be replacing in 4 of those suites. And we will follow by replacing the mattresses per the request of the residents. Provided the suites with new hangers and pillows. Detailed all doors in the north and south a few times throughout the quarter. The town hall lobby was also detailed, and also in this area. Town hall window seals were detailed as well. Washed the pub exterior rugs. I know currently they look dirty. Dustin and Ricky are helping me with Cisco to replace those mats, as we don't carpet shampoo those on a daily basis. We have welcomed multiple team members, resulting in a full staff. I do currently have some team members out sick or out visiting family with personal issues. But once we are fully staffed, I ask that we all try to accommodate the new team members in your home the best that we can. If you have service failures, please give me a call, because the solution is not to request a new team member, it's to train the team member. We have to work directly with that team member. Diane and I have worked together in the past. She is in a wing that has had multiple new team members in the past few years, so we partner with one another to try to set them up for success. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Christine Sensikovich, Director of Innovative Home Services. So let me start off by saying that I know that everyone is moved, not everyone, but some of the residents are moving. We are here to help with that. We are offering our services, so try not to get, I know it's stressful, but try to understand that we are here to help. So if you need us in any way, shape, or form, please contact Betsy, who then can in turn contact us, and we can make somebody come out and help you pack, unpack, make your move a little bit more easier for you all. We're here to help, and we're offering the services, okay? So with that being said, in 2024, we hit the $1 Million Club. We came in at $1.6 million for the year. We do our monthly puzzles. They're distributed every month. Please make sure you guys do them, drop them off in our office. It's a good way for everyone to exercise their brain. It's a lot of fun. We've heard from some people that they're a little challenging compared to the ones we had last year, which is good. And you can enter in to win a free hour of service from us. We are doing our blood pressure clinics every Friday with Pam Cox, our medication nurse. We are doing it in the north and south lobbies, alternating. We provide ourselves and our services with the health chat with residence director and wellness. We are participating in fall clinics. We did Christmas bingo with Grace. We had a great time with that. We did a healthy choice meet and greet table in the south and north lobby. We are doing the upcoming events, our medication discussion. It's going to be with Pam Cox, our medication nurse. And we're going to be doing that and upcoming ideas monthly. So if anyone has an idea of what they would like us to do for a marketing event, please let us know. In March, we're going to be doing the flower arranging. And we also just did the most recent bingo with Joanne, which was a great turnout. Again, thank you for everybody that has come. We offer our services to anyone. So if anybody needs even just to sit down and have a conversation with us, if they're questioning medications or questioning care or just companionship and escorting, please call us. I'm extension 502. Maddie's always available, extension 503. We're right down the hallway. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Kelly Clark, your Resident Services Director. So in this last quarter, we did have Jane Ross with clear captions here to explain or provide education and explain their services. We also had Lighthouse for the Blind. We've been able to implement a monthly health chat with the wellness team, IHS, Barbara, our fitness instructor, and Health Pro Heritage, who offers the outpatient physical and occupational therapy services. So we're going to be meeting once a month. It's the second Tuesday of the month at 3 p.m. Locations will vary from time to time, so make sure you check the calendar to see where we will be. This is just an open forum for you all to come in and ask questions and answers about what your wellness team can provide for you. I have revised the new resident orientation. It's being held the second Wednesday of every month. This provides information about each department. You're able to meet the directors and get a little bit of information about each department and how you can ask questions if you need something when you move in. This is provided to the residents prior to their scheduled move-in date. So we are hoping to kind of bridge that gap from the time that they sign their contract until the day that they move in, so that they have all the information necessary the first week or so of that move. And coming up, the wellness team, Carol, myself, some of the nurses from the health center, we're going to be attending the grief counseling seminar that's provided by Curlew Hills. So we'll have some more information for you after that. We hope to provide a little bit more support to you all after that. And then we are partnering with the activities department for our wellness journey. We have weekly activities to improve and promote wellness.
Hello, good morning, I'm Ginger, I'm the Director of Activities, Transportation, and Fitness. So for November, we conducted our annual Arts and Crafts sale and show, which was great. Jill, the chocolatier, was here, she talked about the process of chocolate making. Elaine Markowitz started a weekly class of basic principles of Judaism, which is very well attended. We added an art teacher. We hosted Nice Countryside Hospital to give residents a current update of hospital procedures and policies. We hosted a family night in the health center, which was great, and also a neon resident party in the health center. December, we had many trips: Botanical Gardens, the Jolly Trolley, the Dunedin Community Chorus. Entertainers ranged from the Magical Singers, International Chorale, the Children's Hanukkah program, Sweet Company, the Spiritual Santu program. We had a lot of entertainers for December. We added a new trip for January, the Market Marie in Clearwater. It wasn't very well attended. The weather was really cold, but we're going again in March. Todd Seymour was here, held a Q&A. Carmen was here, travel specialist. We have some exciting things coming up. A silent disco is coming in March. A petting zoo, we're gonna do a bar crawl. We have a horse farm trip that we're probably gonna go to. So check all the details on the trip table. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Ricky and Tony from Dining. Let's get to some exciting things here, please. Darwin, you think you might have had a lot of work orders at 2,500, but in the last quarter we did 48,000 meals, so. Can on rose on our nose. There you go, thank you. A bunch of things that we have upcoming is we have the Italian night on the 20th. We have our bourbon and barbecue that we moved from the Regency Room to the Town Hall because we have a lot of folks that would like to attend it. We're going to be roasting a whole pig. It's kind of neat to watch it get broken down after it's cooked, of course. Yes, we won't. Anyway, our theme night, our dinner en blanc, that is so all residents and servers and dining staff will be dressed in white. So, Sarah, you came dressed for the occasion. So, and then join us in the Town Hall for the after party from 7 to 8:30. There's going to be lots of fireworks, let's just say. It's going to be a really good night. Tacos and tequila, we did our first one in February, and it was a huge hit. Upcoming things also are going to be, we're going to look at some dates and watch the weather because you don't know really what's going to happen. One day it's 80, the next day it's 50. So that's for Bella Row and the Breezeway. Also, I never thought in my life that my daughter would work here, and certainly my mother-in-law now works in marketing. So she goes by Julie, but AKA Grandma. And then also I'd like to thank Tony for putting all the different icons on the menu. It's very helpful to residents. Dairy-free, gluten-free, peanuts, shellfish, and vegetarian. So thank you. Have a great day.
All right, so now we're gonna open it up to questions. This is your chance. We have all the directors here, so if you have any questions, raise your hand.
I don't have a question. I have a statement. And I hate to talk to people with my back to the room. You know, one thing that all of us are very, very interested in is dining services, because we all love to eat. I mean, what else do we have to do, right? It's one of our favorite things. So I just hope that everybody can realize what a wonderful dining department we have and what a good job they do. I had two experiences last week that really brought it home to me. First, I had 3 out-of-town guests that I took to dinner here, and they raved about the food. This is the same food that a lot of you complain about all the time. So it's really
We don't get any
interesting.
complaints.
The guests always rave about our food, and I think they should, because it's very good. And the other experience was I went to the Sonata which is the restaurant inside the Mahaffey Theater in St. Petersburg, for dinner last Saturday night before the show. And I had a $16 martini. And people talk about how much we charge for drinks. And then I had a steak that was about the size of a deck of cards, which is plenty of beef, yes. But I ordered it medium rare on the rare side, and it was well done. And then I had a bunch of limp fried potatoes to go with it. So it was not an impressive meal at all. My salad was supposed to be burrata with scallops. I had one sea scallop cut in two and a tablespoon of burrata on some greens. Anyway, the bottom line, to add insult to injury, not a good meal, was $128 for my meal alone. We're not talking about the group. That's just for me. So if those of you who don't go out very often, you need to get out there and see what the real world is like. And also, our chef, Tony here, would never put a meal out that was like one I paid over $100 for this food. So I hope all of you really will appreciate our dining services.
Excuse me, I was wondering if there's a completion date in mind for the most recent, resident handbook to be printed and distributed. Repeat the question.
Okay, the question was if there is a date in mind for the distribution of the most recent resident handbook. And that is a great question. I've kind of had to back burner that project, but I will put that back at the front of my radar again for the year, because I know it was released digitally. Anybody can go to our resident website or the app to look at the handbook. It was emailed to residents, but I have not moved forward with the printing. So I will get back on that. Thank you.
This is a request for the residents, okay? You need to register for this attendance at this meeting. The north people register, and the north-south people here. The attendance is a requirement for the state of Florida, for the Office of Insurance Regulation. So please stop by and register if you haven't. Thank you.
And I believe you get a tax break for that too.
Kyle. Excuse me. Kyle?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I saw, we had an announcement not to go to Sylvan because of the COVID. But I was seeing Sylvan residents over here at the dining, the tavern.
Oh.
Actually, pub. And, you know, they're there with their workers or something, maybe Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he was asking about, we encouraged during our COVID outbreak and our flu outbreak for no visitation or to hinder if you're not feeling well, to just kind of mitigate the spread over at the healthcare center. But it seems like the residents over in the healthcare center were being brought over to eat in the pub. So yeah, that shouldn't have happened. I'll look into that, but everyone should have, you know, kind of stayed in place so the spread doesn't continue. So thank you for letting me know. Yeah, it shouldn't have happened. So I apologize about that. I will follow up with the clinical team as well. Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you again for attending. Please reach out to your directors and attend the weekly floor meetings that each department has if you have any concerns. Thank you.